Good afternoon traders, it's Simon at Kairos Capital Markets with the weekly review of Aussie dollar and pound yen. Now this week we're going to start with the dollar indexes to explain to you why I feel that the dollar will move up higher for a little bit then fall afterwards, and we're going to use both indexes to actually see this. So on Friday this week we got non-farm payrolls from the US, which is big major news once a month, as you know. And we're looking to see what the market rig is from there. But let's just look down what's happened so far this week. So on the weekly chart of this dollar index, we did break to the downside with a bearish engulfing candle and create an inside bar to close above the key weekly level here of 12,200. Now personally myself, it's still within the pattern here, so a pullback to the top of the pattern would be quite nice, but understand you'll be testing this upward sloping trend line as well at the top of this pattern here, which is quite key. On the daily chart at the top of this pattern, you're going to have the daily 200, the daily 50, downward sloping trend line, and you're most likely going to have a Fibonacci of 618 as well there. Perfect. So the problem you're going to have is if you're going to remain a dollar bull for the whole entire week and into next week and next month, you're going to have to break this major level you are with this upward sloping trend line. So for the moment this week, I feel pullback up to this area is imminent, but after that we need to see what the market does. The DXY is showing a slightly different story, where it has already broken out of its of this trend line. It's already produced a bearish engulfing candle, and again produced an inside bar at the key level, but the same pullback actually tests this pattern, this channel or wedge, whatever you want to call it. So in both instances, in both different charts, both of them are testing key levels and patterns. Although slightly different, they are testing them to a bearish sentiment. They are. So dollar bulls for the moment up to this level here, and then the bearish sentiment will come into play. So with that in mind, let's look at what we've got on Aussie dollar now. So Aussie dollar daily chart, we had these two trend lines here. It's being a bit ignored, this one here now as such, but the main thing here is this: it come down to the downside, and I wasn't surprised for the pullback to 75. That was beautiful. Then you've got this, you've got the daily 50, daily 200, key level, outside reversal candle, this red candle, this red bar here, it was quite nice, and a little sell signal. So you could say it's done its pullback, and on the weekly it looks fairly clean there. It does look clean to go down to the downside now of 717. My only problem with that is that the Aussie dollar has to be extremely weak for that to happen. And if the Aussie dollar is extremely weak for that to happen, you could probably sell the Aussie against something else you could later on and actually get this idea going, because the dollar at the moment needs to prove its bullishness, and the only way to do that is by end of the week by closing above all the levels which we highlighted just a moment ago. So what I see for this week is this: I see a pullback down to 7335. And then we've got you could say you've got inverted head and shoulder pattern, but what you can say clearly is you've got a double bottom with a higher low here. And then I do feel we'll pull back either up to 75 or 77 again, depending on what happens. The second scenario could be we pull back a little bit around this area here and then go back up to 77. Because again, the dollar does look very bearish at the moment, unfortunately. Outside chance, it can go to 718, but I personally would not want to trade that far down, because that means you've got to really cross your fingers that the dollar even increases its strength, or that the Aussie just loses all momentum whatsoever and just wants to be killed off and die. So they're the extremities you're looking at. So I don't think there's a trade here on intraday. I do think intraday is quite a bit messy now here at the moment. There's nothing very nice about it, but that's what I'm just seeing here at the moment. Pound yen is a slightly different story. Now last week I highlighted that I didn't like this reversal here. There's something about on the intraday that said no, it's not a good bullish move here, and to leave it. Now clearly I was right here, because we got this lots of decelerating candles here, a bit of indecision. On the 4 hour it shows you much cleaner. Then had this bearish engulfing candle to the downside, and if you look at the weekly chart, I want you to notice how that is momentum for this week. So what I'm looking for really personally would be some form of sell signal down to the 140 level. Okay, that's what I personally think could happen. Just because this bearish engulfing candle, the acceleration was quite severe there, and as you see before, when you get the engulfing candles with acceleration, normally the candle after is always going to be what it is there until it shows some form of slowdown, which it hasn't done yet. So we can still get another bearish engulfing candle here, or bearish move of some sort there. So what you're looking for here on the intraday would be, so on the daily would be a break and retest. On the intraday, head back low down to 140. 140 is a nice key level. Fibonacci levels there is quite clean. Intraday, I'll show you the 4-hour chart here. This is what happened. So I had this line drawn in last week. It did break to the upside, but look how it respected the 4-hour 50 a couple of times. It didn't give me confidence, and then broke down with huge momentum to the downside here, and down to a key level of 142.5. Now 142.5 was also highlighted last week, which I said to you it was quite a nice level to look at, and as you can see now, the 140 level is the next obvious level. So what we're looking for now really is some form of pattern forming here. It'd be nice to see a bit of a slowdown, a bit of deceleration, and then show us the next move. So you might see some form of triangle form, pop down there, come back up, test the pattern, then head down to 140. That's what I'm looking for. That's the trade I'm looking for next. I don't see any trade here at the moment, because you could say pop back to the pivot and then take a little short entry there, but if you look down to the 1 hour, the pivot on the 1 hour isn't really going to be ideal there, or as much. The pullback's going to be quite deep, it's going to need there. So that's my personal opinion, and we'll see how the trade goes this week. So 140 I think is going to be the key level there for the pound yen. Okay guys, I hope you have a good weekend. Don't forget as well, Bank Holiday Monday is in England. I believe it also could be in America. I'm not looking at the news from America, but I know it's in England. So the volumes will be very low through London sessions. So if you are a volume trader, just understand that a lot of the volumes are going to be disappeared through Monday, and most likely pick up through Tuesday, through the early hours of Tuesday morning, leading to London session Tuesday. Okay guys, take care, have a good weekend, and I'll speak to you soon.